Good morning, everyone. Yalancy Peterson here. Today it is Monday, September 24th, 2018. It is 8:39 a.m. 67 degrees today. I am in Los Alamitos. Long story how I got out here, and I'm not going to talk about it, but it was a good thing. Anyway, today, one of the more frequent questions I receive, and I've had about 2 years to think about that question. And I want to give a few thoughts on that question today. And the question is, are rideshare services worth getting into as a driver? I've considered it for a while, but I'm not sure it's something I ought to do. Most people who are looking for information and advice on rideshare services, especially when it comes to being a driver, they're going to look for information on YouTube, on the internet in general, books, newspaper articles, whatever they can find to understand if this is something they should do. I was in the exact same situation 2 years ago, but I basically pushed myself into rideshare. So this is the answer that I wrote to him, and I kind of want to expound on it a little bit because I'm going to follow up this video with another video so that I can give a more complete answer. And this is basically based on not only my being a rideshare driver, but also my time as a bus operator, because ultimately it's transportation. Do you want to get in the transportation industry? So my response to him was, it all depends on why you want to drive on rideshare, what your needs and goals are, what resources you have available, and how you manage any pain points that will develop along the way. I then told him that a video and a video chat would be helpful in the case, meaning what I'm doing now, creating a video and also having a live video stream. And then for the average person, rideshare may not be the ideal solution. For others who think outside the box and are willing to give up a few things, rideshare is a dream come true. And then I offered to speak with him directly to help guide him in his decision. I became a rideshare driver out of necessity. I lost my job, and I was looking at a situation where I was going to lose my apartment, and I was going to lose my car, and everything else I had worked for over the past 5 years before losing my job. And so I needed to make money fast. But at the same time, I was not mentally able to go back to an employer-employee relationship because I was burned really bad when I got fired. And so I needed something different. I needed to basically be on my own, independent, and I needed to make money fast. And Uber fulfilled that role greatly. I was able to apply quickly. I was able to be approved quickly. I was able to start making money quickly. It was a job that was easy to keep, easy to get, easy to keep, and easy to get rid of. That was my initial situation when I got into Uber. But unlike being a bus operator, everything was completely different because now I'm bringing people into my personal space, into my car. It's one thing putting people on a public bus, something totally different putting people in the personal space. And then the controls that rideshare puts on you, the rating system, and what else? The rating system, and just how one unwise comment, one false comment, one wrong thing from a wrong customer can end it all for you, especially at the wrong time. And then there are other bunch of elements about rideshare that many drivers, we all share, and I call them pain points. After about a month of being a driver on rideshare, you will know for sure if this is something that you love, if this is something you will do, and if this is something you will run away from. Most drivers, they understand it within a few weeks. Some, after just a couple of trips, they'll say, oh, this is not for me at all, especially when you run into a problem, because I guarantee you, you take enough trips, you will have a problem with a rider, with a particular condition, something that will come up, and how you manage those things will determine if you're going to stick around it or not. You have to be willing to do rideshare for more than just the money. I can tell you that right now. You have to be willing to do it for more than just the money. Even when I was a bus operator, there were times I'm like, oh no. But ultimately, what kept me going on rideshare, on being a bus operator, was I was of service to the disabled community. That was the reason why. I thought about the people who really needed a good bus operator to take care of them while they were traveling from A to B, because a lot of bus operators don't really care for the disabled. They don't want to deal with the homeless people. They don't want to deal with the elderly lady trying to cross the street and holding up traffic, and the bus is already 15 minutes late. But that person, when she or he got on board the bus and they got a comfortable seat, oh my goodness, they were the most appreciative people in the world, because you have really helped their day. Rideshare, I remain a rideshare driver because ultimately I value my independence. There is a level of independence I get doing this that I feel is almost impossible to get with any other employer-employee relationship, because this is not an employer-employee relationship. However, everything is set up to where it feels like an employer-employee relationship. But the freedom that I get from this and being able to make money with it, I'm like, okay, I can leverage this into other areas. And so, hey, I have the affiliate codes and the referral codes, and I have this YouTube channel, and I can leverage my experience into my rideshare experience into helping me generate money in other ways. Like I said, I'm going to make a follow-up video on this, because this video I kind of did off the fly, to just talk about it unscripted. But the next video will be scripted, because it's going to give me a lot to think about, especially the types of questions that need to be asked. Like, for example, what are your goals for rideshare? Why do you want to do this? How much money do you expect to make? How much money do you need to make? What kind of car do you have? How do you think you'll react if you get a customer in your car who is an unfavorable customer? And unfavorable, it spans the whole wide range of negative things that people can do in your vehicle. What will you do when you look at your car and you started off with 25,000 miles and 7 months later you have 120,000 miles? How will you feel about that? How will you feel about the expenses of being a rideshare driver? How will you feel about Uber and Lyft and how they compensate you? And especially when you look at the rides and how the money is broken down, because there are issues in that you must be aware of. How will you feel about the rating system when you've done everything right and a rider gives you 1 star because that's what they felt like doing? How do you feel about not receiving tips? These are questions that you should ask. Me, I'm all in. I mean, if I think about, do I want to do it? Do I not do it? Or so, I wrestle with this question every day. Is it worth it or not? And for me, at the end of the day, instead of calling myself a rideshare driver, I call myself an independent professional driver. I am paid to drive people from A to B. And someone told me a profession is the difference between an amateur and a professional is you're a professional when you're paid to do something. It's like being an amateur golfer and being a professional golfer, being an amateur driver and being a professional driver. See, everybody else out there, they are amateurs. But when someone gives you $1 to drive them somewhere, it doesn't matter if you're a good driver or a bad driver, you're a professional driver. It's just now, are you a good professional driver or a bad professional driver? All right, I hope this video helps a little bit, but it is a primer for the next video, and the next video will be a lot more organized than this video is. But I hope this question, I hope this primer helps a little bit, because the comments I receive from this video will help prepare for the next video. That's why I make videos. I need the comments, because the comments tell me what you want to hear about, and that way I create the videos for you so you can get appropriate information. I hope everyone is having a great day today, and I will catch you on the next video. Thank you so much. If you've noticed, I've crossed 5,000 subscribers. It's a very big deal. And I wanted to make the video a certain way, and I had all these big grand plans, and none of the plans worked out the way I wanted it to. So I'm like, great, I'll just have to make the big grand thing for another time. I would not be here without my subscribers. This has blown my mind. I am beyond honored. I am beyond humbled. It means so much that you have given me 11 minutes and 27 seconds of your time to get to this point, and I thank you. I made this video, this channel, really for one reason. I just simply wanted to share information and experience of being an independent driver. You know, to share, hey, this is what I go through, and maybe what I go through will help someone else. And the biggest thanks I've received is that I have 5,000 people think I'm worth checking into, and I appreciate it so much. There are a series of special thank you videos that I will publish to other rideshare channels out there who have made a big difference, a material difference in my experience as a rideshare driver. Other professionals out there who have benefited me with their experience, with their wisdom, with their advice, with their encouragement. And I will make videos specifically speaking to them, thanking them for what they have done for me on YouTube and in Rideshare. Have a great day, everyone, and I will catch you on the next video.